Well, hey y'all, it's Saturday afternoon and I'm in the kitchen cooking because we need some food. And I'd eaten up everything I'd cooked, the hamburgers, the meatloaf, the salads, all that. So we went to a restaurant last night and they had beef cabbage soup and it looked really good. It was kind of thin, it wasn't a thicker soup like I usually make. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make that. So I came home and I had the beef, I had the onions, I had the garlic, I had the celery, I had the green peppers, I had the bone broth, I have everything but the cabbage. So I went to town and I got the cabbage. So here's what I'm doing, here's what this is right here. This is, as you can see, hamburger meat, but I need it to be a little more chopped up. It's a little too grumpy, whatever. Okay, so it's 3 pounds of hamburger meat, and you're like, whoa, that's a lot. Well, normally I would have done 1 or 2, but I wanted to have the hamburger meat. I'm going to save out some of it to put on I'm going to make a pizza. So I'm going to save out some of it. So that's about what I'm about to do right this minute, is get a bowl to save out, to dip out some of it. So if that will let go, I'm gonna use some of this for something else because we don't need 3 pounds of hamburger meat. I am making some to take to a friend, so but I'll just set that aside. So this is 2 or 3 cups, about 4 stalks of organic celery. Let me show it to you, and then you won't. So here we go. Organic celery, organic green pepper, green onions, organic regular onions, so about 3 of those, and then garlic. So I'm about to put some garlic in here. So let me just show you how I do my garlic and my onions, because some of y'all may not be in the kitchen a lot. And here's the cabbage, so I'm about to cut that up. So I'm just going to show you when I cut my cabbage. So get you a really sharp knife. That's the number one thing. It's a really sharp knife. Hey Diane. Hey Holly. In North Dakota. How are you, girl? Okay, so I just cut off the top and the bottom. So these are Vidalia onions. And then I just pull off that outer skin, just like that. This is just a quick way because I really don't like to spend a lot of time chopping. And then thankfully I got my trash can right here so I can get all that off. I'm going to go ahead and get the shell off of this garlic. Now I'm going to put about 6 garlic cloves in here because I really love garlic. James loves garlic. So 6 really big cloves. This is organic garlic. I get it at Walmart. So I'm about to show you how I get the shells off. I don't want to throw that away. All right, so when you take it and put it on its side, just like this, and bap it a time or 2, the shell breaks loose. You see that? The skin comes off, and there it is. That's just the garlic right by itself. And then all I do is I take out that core out of the middle, and then I just slice it down the middle just like that. I just slice it. Let me get it up here. And then I just chip it over into the whatever it is. So let me show you over here. I just take it like this and right over the pot, and I just chip it up just like that. And so, yep, just like that. And that's a big chunk of garlic right there. That's about a tablespoon of garlic. So in this whole thing, there's going to be probably about 6 tablespoons of garlic. So let me bring you back over here and show you how I do my onion. And it just makes quick work of it. You know, I don't want to be in here. All right, so I just cut it in half. And if it's got a big core in it, I take that out. But this one doesn't have any. Can you see me? Yep. Okay, you can see me. And then I just go across it like this and cut all the way down to the board. And then I come from the other side and I just cut like that. And then it's all just, that's really chipped up fine. Now, you can't do that if you don't have a sharp knife. Okay, you got to have a sharp knife to do it. All right, let me do the other side. I'm just gonna go all the way down just like that. And then I'm gonna go across. But like I said, you gotta have a sharp knife, and I'm holding my fingers down so I don't chip off the end of my fingers. All right, so there's that. I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm gonna move that because I'm about to do the rest of this garlic. So this piece right here's got a big core in it, so I'm gonna cut that out. And then I'm going to, just like I showed you, I'm gonna slice it. And I'm just gonna put it right on top of that onion because all this is about to go right into that pot. So that's a little bit thicker, but we don't mind. I don't mind because I'm cooking it. It's not like I'm not cooking this garlic, so it won't be like somebody's getting a bite of garlic that's raw. All right, there we go, peeling off that shell, just like that. And I'm gonna take out the core, just like that. Pull that core right out of there. Sometimes they have more of a core than the other, and I don't wanna eat that core, and neither do you, because it doesn't taste good. And so then I'm just gonna chip that just like that. Turn it sideways, and there we go. Chip that up. All right, and I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do 2 more. Well, I think I got 3 more out here. So pull off the skin, take out the core, just like that. Like I said, sometimes these cores are kind of hard to get out, but that one wasn't. And then I'm just gonna chip it up just like that. Easy does it. Or you could put it in a garlic press. I do have a garlic press that I use sometimes, but it seems like a lot of the garlic gets stuck to that. So by the time I peel it and get the core out, it's like done. So why go to all that trouble to mess up another little piece of something when I can just get it done just like that. So there's that core, and this is a big piece, so I'm going to cut it into little, and then I'm going to chip it like that. Probably take a bigger knife and go sideways on that one because it was a little bigger. Yeah, don't want too big of pieces, but I definitely want some good sized pieces. Here's one more that got kind of left behind. Let's don't leave him out, okay? I don't want to leave any out. All right, here we go. And so then I just scrape this right off into the trash can, and then the rest of this is going to go over here into the meat. So let me swing you around here. I'm just going to push that right off into there. And then, all right, I'm going to combine this together. So I'm putting the rest of this hamburger meat over into here. Now, this is not burned. This is good and brown, but it's not burned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come with my bone broth. So this is some of the best bone broth, organic beef bone broth. This is made by, well, that's Trader Joe's. Usually I get Kettle and Fire, but that's okay. This is good too. I'm going to put that in there to kind of release that. All right, I'm going to let this cook a little bit more in here because I put that garlic in. Really, once you put the garlic in, it only needs to cook for about a minute or 2. You don't really need to cook the garlic a long time. So I'm going to, what do you call this? Deglaze. I think that's what you call it. I don't know all those fancy terms. But anyway, I'm going to deglaze that because that's some good flavor right there. All that flavor you want to get into the soup. So you don't want to throw it down the drain for sure. So I'm going to go kind of back and forth here and get that out. Yeah, most of it is coming up because these pans, this is Our Place pans. They're so good. So I did go to the store, and I went to our little local grocery store. I'm not a big fan of that, so I'm not using that. Let me get a little water here. But, okay. So let me finish getting that all out. Then I'm going to dump that over in here. And I haven't put any seasoning other than the vegetables, okay? So here we go. I got most of that out. And that's just some good flavor right there. That's what you'd make gravy with, but I'm not making gravy. I'm making soup. So there we go. All right. So I think I'll bring it over to this burner because I can set my thing right here, and it's a bigger burner. All right. Now, what I've got in here, but I want to show you this. Look at this. This is my cup. I don't know if I've showed you this, that I got from Scotland. Notice how I learned to say Scotland over there. And this is a purple thistle, and this is the flower of the country. And they were so beautiful. They were actually blooming while we were there. And so I'm going to pour the rest of this bone broth in there. So that was, let me show you what that was. That was 2 packets of this bone broth. Bare Bones bone broth. I love it. This is good. It's a powdered. And so I use that a lot. So I put that over in there. And then I've got a can of diced tomatoes. And then I smashed them up some more. Because James doesn't like tomatoes that much. So he's certainly going to like a chunk of tomato. So I just diced them up. Now you see all the tomato is down at the bottom. But I did smash them up a little bit more so they're not big chunks. They're not big chunks. And then, excuse me, I got the hiccups. And then I'm going to add hold on, I'm looking for my little spatula thing. I think I used it this morning. So here it is. But I forgot to use it again because I want to show it to you. All right, so this little thing, remember I showed you this morning when I was making the chaffles? And so I'm putting a can of organic tomato paste, and y'all, I literally could eat this out of the can. I mean, this has the most robust flavor. I get this at Costco. This is Kirkland brand, although I'm not a Costco member anymore. I just decided I didn't think it was quite worth it because it's an hour-and-a-half drive to Costco. So I just decided I don't know. When I run out, I bought 2 cases of that before I dropped my membership. So I might pick it back up. I don't know. Tell me what you get at Costco that you just can't live without. Because every time I go there, I just spend a lot of money. But I buy good stuff. Definitely good stuff. All right. So now this is too thick, so I'm going to add some more water to it. Because I don't have any more bone broth. But that bone broth I did was really, really concentrated. So that I put 2 in here. That would have been like 4 cups of, I would have added like 4 cups. So I'm going to add a little bit more. So as you can see, I'm making a lot of soup. But like I said, I was going to share it with one of my patients. And there we go. Okay, so let me see. Now, I got to get the cabbage in here. So here, I'm bringing you back over here. And let's do the cabbage. So here. Okay, so I started with it there. So I want it to be little pieces. I'm not interested in it being big pieces. I just kind of want to, it's going to season it. So it's going to be little. I'm dicing it up pretty much is what I'm trying to tell you. Now, I use the outside. And then what I do with the inside of the cabbage, that's what you make the slaw out of. So we love slaw. And so that's plenty cabbage to go in that soup. So I'm just going to dice it up here. Again, get you a good sharp knife and let it go to work for you. You have to work a lot harder if you don't have a sharp knife. Okay, so I hope you're cooking. I hope you're in the kitchen cooking. I was talking to one of my patients, one of my needling, I'm doing dry needling now. I was talking to one of my needling patients the other day, and she said, Nancy, I just don't cook. And I'm like, well, what do you eat? She said, just whatever. And I thought, so that whatever is probably the drive-through, which honestly, when I go to town, we live out in the country, when I go to town, there's literally not anything I can think of at a drive-through that I would want to pay my money for. I mean, there's always a salad from Chick-fil-A, or I do really enjoy I'm going to take a little bit of this out because I don't need this much. This is the sweet part. This is what makes the slaw so good. I do enjoy a Subway protein bowl just because I like their tuna salad, or you could put chicken on it or whatever. I'm not sure I like their chicken, but I would like the tuna salad. I do like it, and I researched it, and It's pretty healthy. I mean, they put basically mayonnaise, tuna, and pickles. I don't even think they put eggs in it. All right, so here we go. Back over here, I'm gonna add the cabbage, just like that. Yep, let me turn this around. Do that. Don't you like my cutting board? It's got my name on it. It's got our name on it. My daughter got this when she closed on her house, the people that, the mortgage broker, I guess, and she makes cutting boards, so she said, Mama, you take this one. So there we go. Okay, so now, help me with some seasoning. When I looked up a recipe for beef cabbage soup, and this is still too thick, so I'm going to add some more water. It had, okay, so I'm going to definitely add some pepper. So y'all know I don't really use a measure, so I'm just going to put about a teaspoon of pepper. I'm going to put, where's my salt? There you are. I'm going to probably put about 2 teaspoons of salt, or maybe about that much. I'm going to start with that, maybe a little more. Because that was a lot of hamburger and a lot of cabbage. So 2 teaspoons of salt. I am going to put a little Texas Pete hot sauce, because I do like to add that. Just a few shakes, not many. And then some coconut aminos. So probably about 2 tablespoons of that. Okay, and then a little bit, not a lot, of Italian seasoning. So I'm probably going to put about, I don't know, that's maybe 2 teaspoons or a teaspoon and a half. Because I don't want it to taste like spaghetti. And then I'm going to put some paprika. So here we go, if that comes out. I'm always scared about shaking over a thing. So that's about a teaspoon, I think, of paprika. And then, that's probably it for now. I mean, sometimes I'll put cumin, but I want to taste it first. So I'm just going to let that cook for a while, but I am going to add some more water to it. And anybody else got any? So I've added the garlic, I've added onions. So sometimes I would add garlic powder, but since I put so much actual garlic in there, I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to cover this up, and I am going to give it a little taste though first. Let me get a little spoon over here and give it a little taste, just to see if I need a little, more salt. I don't know, that tastes pretty good. I think I'm gonna let it cook a little bit, and then we'll see what I need to add. So that's supper today, lunch tomorrow. I am gonna make some cornbread. Now you think, I didn't think you ate corn. No, we don't eat corn. But in this cookbook, which by the way, they're on sale right now, $16. They're normally $21. You can get one for $16. You just need to message me, and then I'll get your address and I'll mail it to you, and you can Venmo me or send me a check or whatever. But in this cookbook on page, let's see, okay, here it is, page 44, keto biscuits. So these really, my family thinks they taste like cornbread. So that's what I use them for. And here it is right here. Keto biscuits, almond flour, salt, baking powder, garlic powder, eggs, sour cream, butter, and cheddar cheese. And I make them in those little tins like that, and they're really good. So that's about what I'm fixing to do, but I'm not going to keep you on here while I do that, okay? All right, so, I always got to teach you something, some kind of health thing. Here's what I want you to know. Here's the thing, if you could add this to your regimen, okay, definitely keep your sugars low. We all know that. Don't spike your sugar all day long. So eating, less often, eating, you know, like morning and noon maybe, or noon and night, but not 3 times a day in snacks. Because every time you eat, your blood sugar elevates, and that's a release of insulin, and we don't want to do that. So that for sure. But exercise, getting stronger. My clients are more proud about getting stronger than anything, because here's what you'll notice. When you get stronger, you can lean down here and pick up whatever it is and feel better about it. And you know, if you drop something, you can pick it up. You can get in and out of the car easier. You can go up and down the step. This trip we just took, we were climbing, we were walking on cobblestone, we were in and out of the bus, and I just felt confident about that. I could carry my own stuff, you know. So that's what I want you to know. And the other thing is, muscle actually uses up sugar. So if you eat and you exercise afterward, that muscle pulls that glucose out of your blood, and that brings your blood sugar down, which is very important. So let me hear from you. What do you think about this soup? You think it's something you cook? And let me know where you're watching from. I know Holly's watching from North Dakota. Let's see where Ginger, Estelle, Linda, Thelma, Jeannie, Jody, Emily, a lot of y'all on here. Hey Thelma, good to see you. Dennis, Janet, hey Janet, hadn't seen you in forever. I love you, girl. I hope you're doing well. Shirley, Lynn, just a lot of y'all. Sunday afternoon. Hey there. I'm glad you're doing good, Holly. Good to see you on here. Okay, I'm going to hop off and finish this up, make the muffins, and then we're going to eat. We're going to eat about 5 o'clock, because then it's over and done. I can clean up the kitchen and we're out of here. Y'all have a good afternoon.